So in this video I'm going to be talking about a metaphor that is in Luke chapter 20. So this is in, as I said, it's in Luke chapter 20 verse 17 to 18. So it says, "Then he looked at them and said, 'What then is this that is written? The stone which the builders reject has become the chief cornerstone. Whoever falls on that stone will be broken, but on whomever it falls it will grind him to a powder.'" So he is talking, so this is Jesus talking, and the stone basically represents him. So when he says the stone which the builders rejected, he's talking about all the Pharisees, all the leaders. They all reject him, they all put him to the side. That's what the builders are. So the builders are the leaders, the Pharisees. They reject him, take him to the side, take him, move him to the side. So then it says, as he becomes the chief cornerstone, even though he's been rejected, he's the chief, he is the ruler, he's the true king. He rules over all these leaders, all these Pharisees. Now, when we go to the next bit, it says, whoever falls on that stone will be broken. So when we come to Jesus, we let out all our hearts, we open our hearts to him, or our, all our brokenness we feel, or the unhappiness, everything. We are just very vulnerable when we come to Jesus. So when we fall to Jesus, we are vulnerable to him. We tell him all our needs, all that. So then it says, but whoever it falls, it will grind him to a powder. So a stone, as you know, like an actual stone, is pretty heavy if it hits on, depending on what it is, but when it hits on some things, it breaks. So basically it's talking about the people who sin. So all the people who sin, who blaspheme him, all that stuff, his judgment will go on them, and as it says, it will grind them to a powder. But in that case, they are judged basically, and then they're then in the afterlife and stuff like that if they carry on doing what they're doing. But that's basically what it means. So to run through it again, I just love this so much. I remember reading it, I was like, oh, this is so good. So the stone is Jesus. The leaders and the Pharisees reject him, but he becomes the king. He's the king. He's the true king that people need to follow and listen to. The people who fall to Jesus' knees, they open their hearts to him. They open their vulnerabilities to him. But then the people who do not follow him, blaspheme him, who sin, they are then judged by him. But yeah, I thought that's just such a good metaphor. And it's a parable then, such a good metaphor. Like, oh, just love it. Like some of the things that Jesus says, you just read it and you're just like, oh, it's just beautiful. It's just like poetry.